Ah. Well, good good day to you, my Pfeifenfreunds. Alles klar? Ich heiße Warte Franz. Wie heißt du? Okay, well, it has been a while since I have made a video. And so if any one of you has been wondering where the old Padre's been at, well, I've been here. Where have you been? Smoking probably one of my favorite pipes. This is my Paul. It's a Yobi. This pipe has a lot of personal meaning for me. It's a pipe that has been with me most of my adult life. Trying to get a draft hole in here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe that'll work. So anyway, I'm here today to say hello to you. And I hope you're doing well wherever you're at. That's much better, much better. It's a little trick I learned a long time ago. If you pack your pipe there a little too tight, you can put a little draft hole, usually perforate that, you know, and that sometimes helps. Okay, now, how come I'm listening to the Kronos Quartet. Anybody out there, have you ever heard of the Kronos Quartet? They are quite interesting. Today, by the way, is the first day of September. And it's a brand new month. It's I'm getting, a sense that, fall is coming. We're really hoping and praying that there will be some new rains coming for this area, which we are in desperate need of. And the Pope's even coming. Pope's coming this month. He won't be coming here per se, but coming to America. So a lot of people are kind of excited about that. Anyway, the Kronos Quartet. This is called, is it Black Angels? First became aware of the Kronos Quartet in this particular CD back in the 1987, 1988, when I was in seminary. And it was, I just remember what a powerful CD this was. It is actually, it's a very visceral kind of a CD. Have you ever listened to some things and it really is kind of hard? I mean, we can watch movies and maybe even TV shows or maybe even read a novel that can make us feel very, make our skin crawl. But I would tell you that this music is very evocative. If you're in a really melancholy mood, depending upon where that takes you, this is the music you should listen to, or it's the music you shouldn't listen to. And I have to say I am a bit, I don't know if I'm truly melancholy today. I'm very pensive today. I have some friends that are going through some things, and that causes me to be very upset, I guess, in myself right now. One person is battling with some serious health issues. Another one's battling with just a bad life situation. And the thing that really always is a source of upset and disquiet for me is there's really nothing I can do to help. I mean, other than just be there for them and listen to them, you know, when I can. But it's just heartbreaking. Anyway, I showed you my messy room here. I'll show you again. Lucky you. And this is my office. I mean, this is my. I have an actual office. Oh, I gotta tell you right now, this pipe. I haven't had a pipe in probably, well, the last time I made a video, which is about a month ago. Sometimes a pipe is just, wow. I mean, I love my. I'll talk more about pipe smoking in just a moment. Let me not get too distracted here. But anyway, I'm still struggling to make sense out of this room here. And it's a nice room. And again, I do have an actual office. In the church, but this is the rectory home. And as you saw, I called this kind of my Scottish room here. Got my bagpipes over there, and all sorts of Scottish and European things here. Here's the thin red line, a very meaningful portrait of my life, believe it or not. My family tartans there, and down there. A lot of these books here are old office books, and they're not even mine. They're outdated, most of them, and they're just stuff that could be either moved or put somewhere else. But anyway, again, my pipe collection, which I was able to throw out, not throw out, but put up kind of just in this space here. And again, I got more boxes. This is probably, to be honest with you, this is probably the last of the last going through the boxes, pretty much. I'll put some CDs out. Oh, here's my Tyrolean pipe. Uh-oh, what happened here? That's my Tyrolean pipe. What's that doing over here? That shouldn't be here. That should be here somewhere. Anyway, I'll put it here for now. That's my Tyrolean pipe. Not really a great smoking pipe, I have to be honest with you. But it does smoke once in a while. But anyway, and then here's I still have yet to put up the other monitor. And as I've said before in my last video, part of the problem just happens to be, as I go through the last stage of unboxing and trying to organize this stuff, a lot of it is, I find, sadly, old technology that still works, but it's a lot of it is like standard definition videos from old camcorders that still work. I even have a VHS tape player and a cassette deck to try to hopefully record some old cassette tapes if they'll play. They're probably so oxidized now that many of them are probably just absolutely useless. But part of it is just having the time to go through and say, okay, you know, do I really want to keep this, or am I going to have to just give it away? So a lot of, I'd say at least 50% of the stuff in the boxes will be just given away to Goodwill. And I don't have a problem with that. It's just that I think what makes me unsettled and pensive and a little melancholy is that I've always been kind of taught that you buy quality things and they will last you. Maybe not your entire life, but they're going to last you a good, you know, it's, in other words, it's money well spent. I remember this one documentary on I don't know if it was the making of the Lord of the Rings or whatever, but they were talking about one guy, one director, or one, you know, somebody who wore this trench coat for like 25 years. And somebody said, well, that was money well spent. And I don't know if it's my frugality, you know, my parsimoniousness coming through, but I do like to buy things that are going to last a good long time. You know, for example, pipes. I know it's a pipe smoking channel, and I do talk about pipes and tobaccos from time to time. But again, here's a pipe that I bought back in 1980, probably 1982. So that's what, 33 years ago. So here's something that's kind of withstood the test of time. Now, this could be refurbished, you know. I put it on a buffer wheel a long time ago, about 10 years ago, and I tried to buff it out, and I think I burned it, you know, I burned the finish, so it could be refinished. But it's still a great little smoker. But I remember buying this pipe in Sacramento. And I bought it. It was an emotional purchase. I will be honest with you. This was an emotional purchase. Now, a lot of my pipes that I have bought in the past, they're based upon, ooh, I like that pipe, or I really wanted a pipe just like that, you know, like a Calabash or a Meerschaum or something of that nature, or a Church Warden, you know. But sometimes I buy pipes to mark a significant period in my life. And I'm sure a lot of you do the same thing. And in this pipe, kind of like another pipe I have too, I have another pipe that is very similar in the reason why I bought it and why I kind of bonded with it. And this was at a time in my life, a major time in my life, where I was in a lot of turmoil. Yeah, definitely so. Struggling with a lot of issues. I was kind of almost halfway through college, and there was all that stress going on, and I had personal issues going on. And my mom died earlier in that year. So it was just a really difficult year. So this pipe was a companion through many years afterwards, and during and afterwards. And I just was something I treasure this pipe. You know, it's a companion. It's something that really has withstood the test of time. You know, when I try not to say a lot. I do that a lot, But it has been with me through all of the moves in my life and moves and moods. It's been with me in the seminary. It's been with me in every place that I've been. So it has been a true companion. I have to say, I think Michael sent me this from Deutschland. And Michael, hello, if you're watching. Still enjoying this wonderful tobacco. And it is a Cavendish. It's a light Cavendish. That's another thing I'm concerned about. This room here doesn't get much ventilation, and it gets really warm, obviously, in the summer months, and I've kept my tobacco here, which is not really a good place to keep it, because it does tend to obviously dry out. At least the ones that are opened. Anyway, I haven't smoked my pipe in like almost a month, and I've just been really, really busy. Goal achieved. How could that be? Hold on a second. See what this says. Ah, okay. Got my Apple Watch here. And I try to do at least 650 burn calories plus the other activity. What I do is I have 88 minutes of actual exercise, walking and running this morning. So I go for lots of different walks. I try and, as far as the health and fitness goes, it's been off and on. I'm still doing minimal stuff. I'm still staying active. I'm still doing those kinds of things, but now I'm trying some new things that probably it's going to be, I got to just build in the consistency again. The last week I was starting off really good, and then on Thursday I needed to make a meal, a nice dinner for some people on Friday, and so I started experimenting with the food I was making and had to taste it. So I kind of messed up there. And I'm still struggling with my sugar addiction. I guess that's just the honest way of talking about it. When I get into that certain frame of mind, sometimes sugar is what I look for. Now, I've been doing the intermittent fasting pretty much every day. I don't eat until after 1. Now it's after 1. And I've been trying to eat. I found out what my basal metabolic rate is. It's for a guy my age. It's not. I was always assuming that the basic basal metabolic rate for most men was about 2,000 calories a day. Now again, basal metabolic rate is your basic your basic calorie burn, just doing almost just basic body life. Your body's own life processes. Again, this is not added exercise. It's just, if you were to even just be sitting, reading a book, watching TV, sitting at a desk, answering the phone, that kind of thing, doing reports, just basic light stuff. Maybe walking to the bathroom, going into a different room periodically, that kind of thing, just basic. They said, basically a person in their 20s and 30s will burn about 2,000 calories. That's it. This has a chocolatey overtone. I like it. But anyway, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a lighter. That's what I'm looking for. Did you see my lighter? It's here somewhere. Here it is. So last year when I kind of discovered, you know, macro patterning, you know, eating a certain amount of protein, certain amount of carbohydrates, certain amount of fats for your daily intake. Yeah, I was always basing it on, okay, 2,000, so if I really wanted to cut and get leaner, then I'm going to drop that baby about by 200, so I'll eat about 1,800 and I will start leaning out, right? Well, I never really did lean out. I lost most of my body fat, but I didn't lose it to where I could, you know, see the definition I was looking for. And I always was frustrated by that. Well, just about 2 weeks ago, I made a kind of a sad discovery, and that is that for my age, my BMI or BMR is actually 1750. And I went 1750 calories a day. So I have to be at least now 1,500. This is where it gets a little weird, folks. This can be quite upsetting, to be honest with you. So I'm going to talk through this, but if you ever get a chance to listen to the Kronos Quartet CD Black Angels, again, you need to kind of be forewarned. It's a very difficult CD to listen to. Getting back to the basal metabolic rate. So I started last week playing with that and I have a calorie counter now. It's called Calorie King. And I have been very, very disciplined in trying to, anything I put in my mouth, you know, and I weigh it and I measure it. So we'll see. But like I said, last week I got kind of thrown off. And then Saturday night, if that wasn't bad enough, people wanted to take me out to a nice dinner, which I thought, well, here we go again. And then Sunday, I usually use that as my one day to not worry about counting the calories. Like I don't do any strenuous exercise. I do some walking, just basic walking, but I don't really like do interval running or doing the body weight lifting or anything like that. I just try to just do basic stuff, and just, you know, Sunday's a day of rest. Try to honor that. So anyway, all that to say is that I haven't been consistent, and I'm really striving to be consistent again. So it's hard sometimes. It is. Yet in some ways, once I get past a certain point, then it's not that difficult. But for the next week or two, it's going to be, I'm going to notice it, and I'm going to feel it. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at there in that regard there. I got to be honest with you. There's been a part of me about YouTube on both of my channels, or I've just kind of taken a hiatus. I've got to be honest. I've kind of found, I don't know if I'm burned out on making videos. I just feel there's just a lot of disquieting ugliness out there in the YouTube world. There's one of the guys I've been watching up until recently. His name was Vegan Gains, and this guy, I don't know if he's legit as far as the things he's saying and doing, but it's just borderline. You know, he seems like a psychopath. The guy is threatening to kill people online, and it's just like, I can't believe this. And, you know, I don't know if they're going to shut his channel down or not, but he has just been like way beyond the pale. Just saying these absolutely hateful, disturbing things like, you know, how he wants to kill babies and children. And there's one guy that, you know, takes out after him and criticizes his videos. And he actually threatened to kill the guy with a knife. And it was like, I can't believe this. So I don't know what's going on, but it just got, some of the stuff just got so ugly and so bizarre. It was just like, I don't know if I really want to be a part of all that anymore. And sometimes, you know, people, I noticed, and again, I understand that when you wade into the digital pool, you know, there's going to be things there that are just, you just kind of open yourself up to stuff. And again, I did a little taste, not taste test. I did a test though yesterday, or was it even today? I can't remember now. About Apple TV. There was a thing about Apple's going to be relaunching, you know, they're going to kind of refurbish the Apple TV. I like Apple TV. I got Apple TV about 5-6 years ago when I got to Elk Grove. And I couldn't believe it's really great. I like it. It meets all my needs. And I think the Apple Watch and the Apple TV are probably the two biggest Apple products that I use. I mean, I use the phone certainly quite a lot. The phone is my digital office, if you will. I mean, I was on a walk today. Today's kind of my day off. And I you know, was able to correspond with the office and set up some appointments and confirm some things just with the watch. You know, I can say, you know, they'll ask me, are you going to be available tomorrow for an appointment, or are you going to be able to do this service on Friday? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So even if I'm on a 3-mile, 4-mile walk, you know, I can still communicate and make appointments and do work, actually, or you know, at least address things where they don't have to wait for me to get back an hour or two later. So anyway, but I was talking about Apple TV, and I just put a little comment. All I did was, I love my Apple TV, little smiley face, I think, and I did. And I got these people going, you cussing me out and telling me I'm a this or that, and you know, giving me thumbs down, and I'm like going, all I said was I liked Apple TV. And then people come on and start, you know, saying all these ugly, disgusting things. It's like, what is with the world today? You know, what is with the world? I've noticed that if I talk about anything about Apple on my videos, whether here or my other one, I get thumbs down, which is fine. It doesn't, I mean, I'm not like worried about that or I get upset, but it makes me pause and think, why are people, you know, I don't go out of my way if somebody wants to tell me they like Microsoft products. In fact, here's something to smoke and put in your pipe and smoke. I was thinking up until recently of getting a Windows 10 tablet just to kind of get connected with Windows, just to know some basic Windows stuff with their newest operating system. You know, I'm a big Mac OS 10 user, so what does Windows 10 look like? You know, I mean, I'm kind of curious, I'll be honest. But just because I'm you know, I am a person who uses Apple products primarily, it doesn't mean that I hate, you know, Windows or Microsoft. You know, I think Microsoft makes some really good stuff. And but again, it's just, you know, it's not that I dislike or hate the company or the people that work there, or their products. It's just I don't use them because I found something that I like that works for me. You know, if there was some point where Apple, you know, this goes the way of the dodo bird and all you have is Windows, then I would be relearning Windows. But it's not like I go out of my way to say, oh, I hate Apple Windows products. You know, I hate Windows. I hate Microsoft. You know, I hate what's his name, Keith Gates or Bill Gates. I don't, you know, it's not like I know. And it just leads me to say this, is that I think, sadly, there's just a lot of angst in the world, a lot of angry people, a lot of upset people, and the internet, God bless them, it gives them an out, I guess, gives them a vehicle to vent, you know, their dissatisfaction with life. And so if people, you know, want to hate on people because they like certain things, you know, I think even though I was trying to connect with other people in different areas of interest, like the health and community folks, they find out, you know, I'm Holy Smoke and Pie Padre, and I get hated on, you know, if I leave a comment. You call yourself a fitness person and you smoke? You blankety blankin' son of a blah blah blah. You know, so, okay, you know, it's like, I don't need this. This almost sounds like me a few years ago. I think this is Donald Trump. I could be wrong. Sorry, if you like Donald Trump, I'm just messing with you. And if you don't like Donald Trump, hey, get over it. Got the Donald Trump haircut going, kind of, sort of. You know, I don't know exactly what kind of a hairstyle that is that he wears, but it is different. Doesn't make you a bad person. Boy, this is good. So anyway, that's where I've been at, folks, kind of trying to go through and finalize going through my stuff and letting go of the stuff that is all obsolete, which breaks my heart. I guess that's why I'm a little melancholy, because some of the things that I'm going to have to just let go of are just things that, you know, were part of my past. I have a few memorabilia things that I certainly am going to hold on to, but when it comes to the older technological gadgets, it's probably going to be just boxed up and given to Goodwill, and that's all I can do. So again, I guess that's part of regret. That's what I guess I'm dealing with in this video, is talking about regret. Yeah. So what kind of things do you regret? You know? Anybody out there regret not buying that new fancy pipe? You know, do I have any regrets in that regard? PAD, you know, pipe acquisition disorder, where I was buying, you know, a few years ago when I was kind of really more into putting up a weekly video, or even sometimes, for some of you, got a little bit too much daily video. There were, you know, some nice pipes, but I can't remember anyone like going, man, I really wish I bought that pipe. Briar Patch had a lot of really nice estate pipes back in the day, you know, and that's when I was starting my love affair with the Dunhills. Thank you, you Dunhill Man UK, wherever you are today. You know, I think I have every kind of style or of pipe. I mean, again, there's so many beautiful pipes that a person could buy. And of course, we all know we have talented, truly talented pipe makers in our own illustrious pipe community that can make you anything your heart's desired, whether they're Joe Case pipes or Giovanni pipes or what's the other gentleman's name? Rivera, is it Rivera pipes? Anyway, there's just a lot of talented guys out there, and I'm sure there's a lot more people that I don't yet know about now who have come into the fold. So anyway, that's basically my theme for this video, is kind of just dealing with the old regrets and how do you deal with regret. I guess mostly we just let it go and move on. But sometimes it's sad because, you know, you let go of part of your past and it is gone. It's gone, yeah. Well, the video is probably so damn... I hope nobody goes off to a bridge and jumps off or cuts their wrist after watching this video. It has been a little bit of a somber video. I don't know why. It's just that I guess that's what I'm dealing with, and maybe I shouldn't have pressed the button today. But I had a couple people wondering where I was and saying, "Hey, are you still making videos?" And I'd like to see a new video per chance. And so, if you were wondering what the old Padre is up to, this is what I've been up to. Hopefully, my goal is to get through this mess and try to organize this nice room and get it to where it really is more of a functional room, because a lot of the things I have here they certainly are related to the ministry. I have a lot of my liturgical books here. I use on a weekly, even daily basis, so I have to know where they're at to get them. They're just I found a need to burn some CDs. I know that sounds weird, the CDs, what's that? Everything's all now again digitized. Everything's streaming, so you just download it right off the internet, whether it's a book or it's a movie or it's a CD, piece of music. It's kind of out there in this digital, cloud sphere, this gnosis or whatever it is. And it's kind of amazing. It's hard to kind of get your head around all that. But again, the days when you kind of would have big libraries, whether there were books or records or CDs or tapes or DVDs or VHS, those days are kind of behind us. That kind of having to store your own private collections now are pretty much now relegated to some kind of a cloud system, which is okay, I guess. But anyway, and there was something about, for example, vinyl records. They kind of told more of a story. They gave you the backstory of your artist that you were listening to. They give you lyrics and they give you little stickers, or they give you a poster, or they give you that kind of stuff. But digitally, that stuff kind of went away the dodo bird, I guess. So it's just, again, it's maybe that's what it is. I'm finally in this space now where I'm going to have to finally make this last transition, and I guess I'm just really putting off as long as I possibly can. But I've got to the point now where I really can't procrastinate much longer. I really have to do it now. And so anyway, that's where I'm at. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have yourself a great